Everybody, it's Benny One, and I'm back at you with another Star Wars movie review, and today we're moving on to Solo, a Star Wars story, everybody. This came out in 2018, and this was the last, like, standalone Star Wars, like, a Star Wars story movie, because this movie had a lot of trouble, for one thing. It had director swaps. Ron Howard came on board to finish the movie, reshoot a bunch of shit. And then it had a budget of like $275 to $300 million, and it only made like $350 million, I think, in the box office. So was not a big success. So Disney kind of pulled back and rethought this whole process of these like Star Wars story movies, because Rogue One was very successful, but this movie was not. And I honestly don't think this movie is that bad. I think this movie gets hated on a lot more than it deserves. Because if you were going into this movie expecting this grand Star Wars movie, which is an origin story for Han Solo and Chewbacca, which we kind of already know the story, so we didn't really need this movie, but we got it. But if you're going into this expecting this grand Star Wars epic, the Empire versus the Jedi and all that shit, that's not what this movie's about. Simply put, this is a freaking origin for Han Solo and like how he met Chewbacca, how he got the Millennium Falcon, and just learning about the smuggler Han Solo. And a heist movie. And them going on a couple of heists to try and get money just to survive. Like, that's basically what this movie is. It's just a fun little adventure with Han Solo and Chewbacca. Like, that's what this movie is. It's nothing more than that, and it doesn't need to be more than that. So, like I said, this was directed by Ron Howard, and with the director swapping thing and reshooting, you can't really tell in the movie, honestly. Like, it still flows and it's paced good, and it doesn't feel like two different people made the movie. So I will give them freaking kudos for that shit, that they actually were able to keep the movie like feeling like it was actually directed by one person. So I thought that was cool. Alden Ehrenreich or whatever, I can't pronounce the dude's last name, he plays the young version of Han Solo. I thought he did a pretty damn good job. Like, he wasn't trying to be Harrison Ford. He did a pretty decent job. Like, just the motions that like Harrison would make, like, you could tell that he studied Harrison Ford's Han Solo through the years. I thought he did a pretty damn good job. Yeah, he's not Harrison Ford, but Harrison Ford is almost impossible to replace as Han Solo. So, but I think the kid did a good job. I think he really did. Emily Clark is in this, everybody. She plays Kira. She's like the love interest of Han Solo, and then eventually when they meet up years later again, she's working for Dryden Voss, who works for Crimson Dawn. Donald Glover plays the young Lando Calrissian. I think he does an okay job playing Lando. It wasn't a bad portrayal. There are parts in the movie, like when they're playing the poker game, he most definitely seems like the Billy D. Lando Calrissian. Like, he most definitely does. So, Woody Harrelson plays Beckett. And I like Beckett. I like this character because Han kind of he looks up to this guy, and he learns a lot of stuff from him. It's where he gets his blaster from, and like he takes a lot from Beckett's character to turn and use it to become like the Han Solo that we know. Like, he's the smuggler that Han Solo modeled and like looked up to. So I thought he was a great addition to the movie. Paul Bettany plays Dryden Voss. He's our like villain of the movie. He's one of the like higher up guys in the Crimson Dawn, and this is who they're going on this smuggling for. And you know, because they screw up at first, and then they have to go to Kessel to get the materials that they need for this Dryden Voss guy. So, and then Phoebe Waller-Bridge plays L3. She's kind of annoying. I find that she's very political driven in the movie, and that's just kind of annoying. Politics have their place, and it's not in movies. I'm sorry. I don't think that political shit needs to be in movies. Keep it where it needs to be. It doesn't need to be in movies, especially a goddamn Star Wars movie. So that's kind of why I didn't really like her character, was because she was so politically driven, and it was like Disney was trying to make a point. And it's like, we get it. We get it, okay? That's one thing I don't like about like what's going on in Hollywood and with TV shows right now, is like I feel like we're being force-fed all of these agendas right now, and with the way the world is right now. And it's fine, it's cool. I'm okay with everybody like saying like this is okay now, but like I feel like we're being force-fed this shit, and it's like, just calm down, please, calm down. Like, I'm not against any of it at all. I'm open to everything. I don't care, but like I really feel like we're being force-fed this stuff so bad, and some studios are really bad about it. So, but yeah, her character, I love that she becomes a part of the Millennium Falcon. Like when they're plotting their courses, that sound that it made in the original trilogy, that's L3. Like, I thought that was really cool. And that's what I love about this movie, is it's just a big, fun, action heist movie and a nostalgia trip. We get to see how Han and Chewie met, how their partnership budded. When they get to sit in the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon for the first time, when they're doing the Kessel Run, I get goosebumps. I just got goosebumps talking about it, like literally. Like, I love it. And that freaking Han Solo and Chewie theme plays when they're in the Millennium Falcon. If you're a Star Wars fan, you eat that shit up. You just love that stuff. Like, and that's the thing I like about this movie, is it's just a fun adventure movie that we get to explore and grow the mythology of these characters. It doesn't push the Star Wars story as a whole really anywhere, but like we get this mythology building of these characters that we love. I love Chewbacca. Chewbacca is like one of my favorite Star Wars characters, and I love Han Solo. Lando Calrissian's cool, and I also love what they did with the Millennium Falcon. It was brand new, like spanking new. The hallways were white and everything. The ship was brand new. It was like clean looking, crisp. But when Han gets his hands on it, when they're doing the Kessel Run, he F's the shit out of that thing, man, doing the Kessel Run. And by the time he's done flying them through that shit, that thing looks like the traditional Millennium Falcon that we know and we love. So I love that they did that. I love it. Some people were pissed about it when they first saw it, and I'm like, come on, you haven't even seen the movie. Jesus. And I love that they showed the poker game, how he wins the Millennium Falcon at the end of the movie, everybody. That is correct. It was badass. It was awesome. So overall, guys, I just think this is a fun Star Wars movie. It's nothing grand. It's nothing epic. It's just fun. It's a fun adventure action heist movie set in the Star Wars universe with some awesome characters, everybody. So I'm going to give Solo, a Star Wars story, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10, everybody. It's just a fun movie. So 7 out of 10 for Solo, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed that review. Thanks for watching. And I'll be catching you on the tube later, because I have spoken.